Anyway, I completely botched my last live stream, but I am determined to get this dog picture done, so I'm going to try this again. Um, if things mess up again, sorry guys, I'm just going to have to call it, but if not, let's continue with this dog picture. I don't know if I can get the other one to kind of tie into this one, but I don't really care. It's Friday night. I've been drinking bourbon. I'm just going to continue drawing and let the cards fall there where they may. So I'm going to hop into this. Um, yeah, so here we have our dog picture. Looks like everything's working, no lag. Um, you guys can let me know in the chat if everything seems to be working. But otherwise, I really want to get this dog picture done, so I'm gonna work on it. Hey, Sabrina's. Okay, so back to the dog picture. You guys let me know if the video is fine, if the audio is fine, all of that jazz. I'm gonna assume it's okay. I think. Let's see. I think my picture is a little bit larger, but whatever. Whatever. I got to get this video done. All right, cool. So anyway, we're working on this German Shepherd. If you guys were watching the last stream, which was like 5 minutes ago, and things were not working out very well on the tech side of it, um, we are working on this German Shepherd dog. Again, I don't even know if I can get this German Shepherd dog done in one night, but now I'm super determined to try. So I'm gonna just continue going. All right, cool. Yeah, so like I don't know. So I usually stream in HD like 1080p and it works fine. It, I forgive you if you don't know what that means. I barely know what it means myself. Um, but 720p, that's okay too, right? Like you still see the kind of quality of the picture and everything like that. So I'm just gonna keep trucking on with that instead. And maybe in the future, I just don't have the right equipment to do 1080p because my computer sucks. Um, it's what it is. I don't care as long as we get a pretty dog, right? That's all we really want is we just want a pretty dog. So this, I guess I'll have to call the first one part one. And like people coming in to watch this tomorrow are going to be super confused. So I use OBS Studio. Um, and it like in past streams it worked just fine. I don't know if like my computer's overloaded or something. I've got a pretty old Macintosh laptop. It's like a MacBook Pro, but it's from like 2015, so it's seen better days. And I've been doing like a lot of software development on it recently, and I may have just like taxed it out. I don't know, but it's not your guys' problem. It's mine. I'll get it fixed. You guys only care about the art. We'll get this dog done. Such a pretty dog. Deserves one stream, not two streams. But I'll figure out. Like basically, I think in my other stream, I'll just put it like a link to this one or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I didn't want to call it quits. Like I wanted to see if I could get it to recover, but it just wasn't having it. So two videos it is. Appreciate you guys sticking it out with me. I know that it gets frustrating for you guys. Like when I'm watching a video and it starts glitching and stuff, I get like concerned that it's on my end, and it's frustrating. So I've got three computers that I use. One's a PC that's got a little bit more quality to it, but it's not set up here in my little office area. So I think maybe that's what I'm gonna have to do. Look into maybe doing streaming from my PC instead of my Mac. I wanted to use my Mac because ultimately my evil plan is to actually go out into the world, and draw pictures like I don't know. Like I went to an art museum a couple of weeks back, and that was a lot of fun. And I really wanted to draw something at the art museum because I thought that would be kind of cool. And I think I've got enough speed on my phone to kind of tether my phone to the laptop. But if my laptop's not working for doing live streaming, it's kind of moot anyway. But yeah, I thought that would be kind of cool. That is the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to get out of the house, go out and because like I live in Kentucky, and yeah, it's my evil plan. I live in Kentucky, and there's like a lot of horse farms around here. And I don't know if you guys are into horses, but I'm really into drawing horses. I think they're a beautiful animal. They're like big dogs, and I'd really like to, instead of just drawing pictures of horses, which I've been doing, so I've been learning like the anatomy of the horse and how to best draw a horse. Um, when did I start art? That's a great question. So I drew pictures when I was a kid. I'm not a kid anymore, but I never really did much with it. I'm a software guy, uh, like for a living. This year in January, that's a great question because I haven't talked about it in a while. So this year in January, I came up with the New Year's resolution of being more creative because at my day job, it is software development and there's not like a lot of creativity to it. I mean, there's some creative problem solving, but you don't get to create pictures all that often unless you're like a web developer and you're like actually responsible for the graphics as well. Um, but anyway, I don't get a lot of chances to be creative in my day job. So my New Year's resolution was that I'm just going to be more creative this year. Like whatever else I do this year, I'm going to make it a goal to practice art every day. And I didn't really have like a major goal there. Like I didn't really have a plan or anything like that. I just thought, well, I'll draw a picture like a doodle every single day, right? Like a little sketch or something like that. And that's kind of how I started. So I started the year. Um, yeah, I'm actually doing my New Year's resolution. So I started with the New Year's resolution of just doing a doodle, and I enjoyed it so much that, like, honestly, I really didn't even start with the idea of doing a picture every day. I started with the idea of just being more creative, and I left it open. Like, I thought, well, as long as I practice art every week, I'm okay. If I drew one picture every week, and so obviously, and that's kind of snowballed, and I really enjoyed it so much that I'm actually drawing pictures like every single day um, because I just love it so much. It's fun for me. It's relaxing. It takes a lot of the stress away. Like I don't know. Like some people are stressed out about art. It's the exact opposite for me. It's totally relaxing. Makes me happy. Keeps me focused, gives me something to think about during the day. Something like honestly, I look forward to these sessions. So that's what it was. It was a New Year's resolution. Um, like I said, I've always been into art. I've always been into like drawing pictures and stuff like that. But I didn't really draw a lot of pictures, so I didn't really have a. I wasn't really that great at it at the start of the year. Like, please don't go back and look at my earlier videos because they're terrible. But I think I've progressed over the years just by practice. So that's what it was. And then the live streaming thing was, well, part of the way that you keep with your, like if you have a New Year's resolution, the way to stick to it is to have others hold you accountable, right? So like if you're left to your own devices, you're gonna give up on it. Like, I don't know, like I feel like a lot of my viewership are too young to know what smoking is, but like if you want to quit smoking, the best way is to have somebody in your life that hates smoking, because they will hold you accountable and they will make sure that you keep with your goal. Like if you're supposed to if you're supposed to wash the dishes every day, if that's your chore, then you should have somebody who is on your back about it, right? Like they're giving you a hard time if you don't wash the dishes. So with that in mind, I thought, well, I'll do these live streams and I'll have the general public hold me accountable. So like if the general public wants to watch me draw pictures, then I can get off my butt and draw pictures. That's the way I look at it. So it's you guys that keep me drawing, to be honest. And I'm happy for it because like I don't know, just I feel like just practicing makes you better at drawing. And certainly that's been true in my case. I've gotten better over the last 6 months at drawing just because I practice every day. So if you're a beginner like I am, I'm still learning. Um, like I've been drawing since a kid, but I never really looked into how to properly draw or get better at drawing. So like I would draw doodles or whatever, and I'd be happy with it because like no one really cared. No one was like grading me or judging me or anything like that. I never went to art school, so I never had anybody on my back about being better at drawing. So this is really the way to get better at drawing. Is you know just live stream it. And I even put up my bad art, the pictures I'm not happy with, because I feel like it's important to have that record that you can go back and look at. Like at the end of the year, my plan is that I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at all these pictures that I've done over the last year, and I'm going to kind of like judge my progress. So it's all about like personal growth and like uh, getting better at things like personal improvement. That's what it's about. So long story short, I haven't been really drawing long. Um, really, really, it's been like 6 months, but I think I'm getting better at it. I still have a lot of room to grow. I don't think anybody ever stops learning. Um, so if you guys want to continue watching me progress, I'm committed to continuing the journey. I really enjoy drawing the dogs too. The drawing doggos help me get better just because like there's a lot of texture in the fur, contrasted with like the smoothness of like things like the nose and the details of the eye. There's a lot to work with on doggos. Plus, I just like doggos. I have two myself. This does seem like it's working out a lot better. Let me check the video real quick if you guys don't mind. Yeah. All right. So, I don't know. You can still see the details in the dog. That's cool. Okay, guys. I think we're back in business. I appreciate it, and I do apologize for like things not working out with the last stream. Oh, I like the white stripes. The white stripes are awesome. Like I don't listen to like yeah, I'm back up, Willie. Sorry. Yeah, technical issues. I'm determined to get this dog done though. And I think going forward, I'm just gonna stream at this like lower resolution and just try to not push the envelope a little bit on the streaming side. Yeah, white stripes are awesome. Like when you guys start talking about K-pop, I don't know any K-pop bands myself, but I do like the white stripes. They've been around for a bit. Have they put out anything recently? I don't think they have. Been a while. Yeah, I didn't want to leave you guys hanging with the dog that only had one ear. Looked like you got in a fight with a raccoon or something. So like you guys can't see the detail here, but when I put the picture up, you'll be able to see it. There's like little tufts of fur on the ear, and it's really easy to create that when you just kind of use a blending stump to pull that hair out. Okay, Sabrina's, I appreciate you hanging out with me. It's funny. I need to stop using my laptop. I don't know. Technical issues. What can you do? Show must go on. Yeah, that I wish there was a way that I can just like append this to the end of the other video so that there's just the one video, but I don't think YouTube's gonna let me do that. Which kind of sucks because people do sometimes come back and watch these live streams and they're gonna be like really confused about the abrupt ending. But maybe I'll just kind of put a note at the end or something like that. I don't know how that works. Stupid YouTube, stupid laptops. The only thing good is dogs. Dogs don't care about laptops and YouTubes and dogs are just like, is it time to play? That's all they care about. They're the best. Like, this dog just wants to play with the squirrel that ate his ear. Just kidding. No dogs were harmed in the making of this picture. There's no dog that got his ear bit off. See? Two ears. Dog has his ear back. So when drawing fur, it's just yeah, dogs are lucky. I had a dog named Lucky once. Um, so when drawing fur, it's you're really just kind of following the just making a bunch of lines following the fur line or fur direction. So in this case, like the fur is going up, so I'm just making lines in that direction. And then, between all the different layers, it ends up looking like fur. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my cat's in the background wanting to get in. Cats are pretty cool too. I haven't drawn any cats in a while, and I need to add that to my portfolio too. I really just want like a number of good examples of pet portraits so that when I go and ask people if I can draw their pets for them, they're like, "Yeah, I've seen your work. That's cool." Because, like I said, I want to draw people's pets that's lost pets. And the more pet pictures I do, the more credibility I think I would have. Yeah, I think that's a good goal. Like specialize in drawing people's pets. It's not the only thing I like to draw. Like I said, I was wanting to draw Gremlin tonight. That is a good show on HBO. Like it's a cartoon. I don't know. Some people might think it's dumb, but I like it. It's cute. It's not like the best entertainment out there, but so the amount of layers that you want to go with is entirely up to you. So like you can continue adding and adding and adding until like um you just run out of time. I think obviously the more details that you add, the better the picture is. But there's nothing wrong with just adding enough to get by. And I really think that um, like the picture can go through stages. So like this is still the initial stage of just getting like the basics of the dog in here. And then can come back later and add more details to kind of make it more look more realistic. That's the problem with drawing with color is that there are a bunch of different colors. So like when you're doing charcoal or something, it's all black and white. Yeah, sometimes like technical issues is just like user error too. Like I forgot to plug my laptop in at the start of the show, so like halfway through this, I'm like, oh crap, I better plug in my laptop because it was getting it was getting pretty low. I mean, I'm too lazy to do realism, to be honest. It requires patience. So that's one of the so like I said, this is all about me trying to get better at doing my art. And one of the things that you learn, so you're not just learning how to draw, you're also learning how to be a drawer or an artist. So one of the skills that are required to being a artist an artist is patience. So part of it is, just as much as you're practicing drawing, you're practicing patience. So even though I don't really have a lot of patience to sit in a chair and draw for like, I don't know, 5, 6 hours or whatever it takes to complete a picture, that's what it takes sometimes. And you've got to learn to be able to do that. It's a skill same as anything else. And then, probably as you go along, you'll find ways to make things shorter so that it doesn't take 6 hours to draw a picture. Um, I haven't done a picture that's taken 6 hours. Well, no, I did. Like there was a pen and ink one that I did that took 6 hours, but I'm not used to drawing pictures that take 6 hours. Like 4 hours max. Like 4 hours for a really good detailed colored picture. Um, my black and white ones, 2 hours probably. Like part of it is like switching back and forth between pencils here. Um, I don't know, that's like microseconds, but it adds up, you know what I mean? I don't know, I'm just complaining. I wish pictures would get done faster, but it's just not the way it goes. The thing is, like, you shouldn't force yourself to draw. So, like, if you get to a point where you're getting bored or, you're just not feeling it like you did at the beginning of the picture, that's a good stopping point because, like, your work will suffer if you're just trying to rush through it. So, like, if you're drawing and you're like, oh, man, this is like super tedious, I'd rather be doing something else, take a break, get up, take a walk, come back to it when you're refreshed. I mean, I'm not going to do that because I'm like wanting to get this thing done, but I do recommend that for others. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't use erasers. If you don't like how it's going, just lean into it and create whatever it is that you're creating, and like don't erase anything. Just keep at it, and if it doesn't go the way you want it to, well, maybe it's taking a totally different direction, and just lean into it and have fun with whatever direction it's going. I only use erasers. Like I don't mind if a picture doesn't look great when it's done. Like it is what it is. Um, like I only use erasers as part of the drawing process. So like if I'm using charcoal and I want to lift up some charcoal to create some highlights, then I'll use an eraser. I never use an eraser to fix a mistake or start over. Um, just because like a good like I'm not there. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be able to fix every mistake, but you should be able to fix mistakes without erasers. So, for example, if I draw the wrong mark here, oh, video editing in Photoshop. Well, maybe you can give me some pointers about how to fix my freaking stream. That's pretty cool. But yeah, instead of using erasers, find other ways to like redirect the art. So, like if it's not going the way you want, like say this line, this edge of his nose isn't exactly where I want it to be, then kind of just draw over it rather than erase the mistakes. Or just start over. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I've gone through so many different pictures before I get to one that I'm actually happy with. You can see some of the pictures I've done on the back of my wall. There was a lot more just a week or two ago, and I figured, well, it's June. I've been doing this show since January. Maybe I'll go through and update it. So I took down all the ones I didn't like and threw them in the drawer, and put up the ones that I kind of like they're okay. Like some of them I still they're not perfect. I'm not really happy with them, but they're better than many of my other ones. And some of mine are just terrible. Like they're not intentionally terrible, but I have excuses for why they're terrible. So like there are yeah, there is really a huge trend towards realism. I don't get it. Like you're supposed to be stylistic with art. There's no reason like I get that there's like a lot of skill in creating a hyper realistic picture. But really, creating a hyper realistic picture just means that you have a lot of patience and you can sit in a chair for like days. Like I saw this one guy who spent 30 days creating a picture. I'm like, why? Why? Just take a picture. You don't need to draw a picture that took 30 days to do. Just pull out your camera and take a picture. Art's supposed to be like an interpretation of something. You're trying to capture the essence of it. You're not trying to capture its soul. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Hey, look, you worried about steady hands? I drink a lot of coffee. Well, you can't really see it, but my hands, they tremble all the time. I drink a lot of coffee and I don't have the steadiest hands. Plus, I'm sitting here drinking while I'm doing this, so I'm not going to have steady hands anyway. Which reminds me, I almost forgot that was there. I don't know how old you guys are. Like, if you guys are underage, don't be drinking just because I do. But I like drinking while I drive. But yeah, I mean, the worst part I see that, well, I guess my biggest complaint um, on people who beat themselves up over drawing is that, or just art in general, is like it's supposed to be something that you enjoy. It's supposed to be creativity. It's supposed to be like, don't get me wrong, people have different goals when it comes to their art, right? So like some people, I don't know, they might have a job as a professional illustrator or something like that, and they have to be good. And then I guess that's a different scenario. Like your job requires you to be really good at drawing. It, um, yeah, that's a different story. You know, you might get fired if you're not good at drawing. Um, well, don't worry, Marvel. I'll drink the coffee for you. I drink a lot of coffee because I stay up late. You know, I stay up late. Coffee gets me up in the morning. Coffee's not really good for you. Um, yeah, everything you're saying is true. I like the flavor of coffee, but that's just me. I can see why other people don't. You mentioned shading earlier. Somebody mentioned shading earlier. So I think that that's probably the number one thing that you can do to improve your drawings is, pay attention to the tonal value, how like the light catches the object that you're drawing, um, how the shadows form and stuff like that. If you get that right, everything else just kind of falls into places. Like I've done entire charcoal pictures with zero detail in it, just as like light and shadow studies, that ends up looking super realistic. And I put zero detail into it. Like you can't even, I've done some portraits where you can't even see the person's eyes. Um, and it's fine because the eye doesn't really have that information in it when it's lost in shadow. So like you don't even need to put any details into the eyes. It's not all about the details. Like people get fixated on the details. There's a lot more involved in in creating. I don't even call it like realistic art. I call it believable art. So like it's like it is it believable? Like I feel like this dog, you can believe that this is a dog. Like nobody's going to question whether or not this is a dog. Obviously, it's a dog. So my job as an artist is done as far as letting you know that I drew a dog. Um, you sweet. Um, like there is no question that I drew a dog here. So that job's done, right? So like there's a couple of different responsibilities you have as an artist. One is communicating what you drew. Um, obviously, it's a dog. The next is give somebody something of interest, right? Well, there's enough detail in here where most people would agree that there's stuff for you to look at. There's stuff for you to focus on and get lost in and so on. So that part's done. So I could stop right now and just walk away and call this picture done because I did my job as an artist. I conveyed to you that there's this dog and it's a pretty dog and all that. So anything I do at this point now is just kind of icing on the cake. It's like my main job is done. I'll let you know that this is the dog I drew, and we can agree on that so that that communication's done. It's just a question of how far do I want to get with it. So when it comes to like realism, expressionism, things like that, it's all about how you want to convey communicate information to the viewer. Um, you can just draw blocks and stuff like that and communicate that this is the dog if that's your goal. So it there's a lot of layers, a lot of layers to art. Hey, Marvel, look, 6 months ago, I could not draw a very good dog either. So honestly, the only thing I can really say is just stick with it because you'll get there. You're doing amazing people pictures already, so don't beat yourself up too much. As long as you're enjoying yourself. So, ooh, drawing a vehicle. I probably have at some point those kind of like lines and stuff like that. Oh, I think I would struggle with that. I think I'm better at drawing organic things. So like, people, dogs, apples, things that don't have like hard lines. I could probably do like a car. Maybe I should take that on just to see if I can pull that off. Um, Sometimes I draw buildings, like I do pen and ink drawings sometimes where I am looking to be more precise in what I'm doing, and those seem to turn out okay. So maybe I could pull off a car. What kind of car should I draw? Draw. Well, you said vehicle, so maybe I shouldn't prejudge and say car. You could be talking about planes or something. Yeah, cats are tough. Um, so here's a little tip. Everything's going to be tough the first time you go to draw it because it's an unfamiliar shape. You just got to trust the process and you know, realize that if you are able to draw what you see and you're able to draw shapes and relations to each other, it really doesn't matter what you're drawing. You can pull off something that kind of closely resembles it, even if you're not super familiar with it. So I'm better at drawing dogs because I draw dogs more often than I draw cats. But I can muddle through drawing a cat just because I know how to draw what I see. I can muddle through drawing a person's face. I can muddle through drawing a car or um, yeah, or like a horse with a carriage or something like that. Just because I'm I'm um, I'm used to drawing shapes that I see in relation to each other. So it really doesn't matter to me what kind of shape it is. I mean, it does matter. Like the things that I'm more familiar with drawing go easier, but that doesn't preclude being able to draw other things. But I'll give you a pro tip. Practice drawing as many different things as you can. Don't get stuck in drawing one particular thing all the time. Because what'll happen is your brain will kind of figure out like this hand-eye coordination type thing, and you'll end up drawing the same thing all the time, and then when you're asked to draw something else, you'll struggle just because like you're habitually tied to drawing that one thing. So that's why I try to vary things up every now and then. I mean, he says as he draws dogs every day, but yeah, I do think that there's a lot of value in drawing a bunch of different types of things. um, what they say to do is get a sketchbook And don't draw for YouTube, don't draw for other people in your sketchbook. Just draw things in the world around you. So like, I don't know, I've got this potted plant over here. Um, I would draw that potted plant not because I plan on sharing it with the internet, posting it up on YouTube or anything, just because I want to get in the habit of drawing different things, if that makes sense. I'd like to get better at video editing. I feel like I can use Photoshop pretty well. I use Adobe Premiere to do my video editing, but they're all like really simple things. I would like to get better at the video side of things. You think of all the different skills that you have to know to like be able to pull off a YouTube channel, it's ridiculous. You have to be good at video editing. You have to be good at all the things. You have to be good at all the things, and you have to be able to draw, or at least have something interesting to say. Like when it comes to this fur, I know it looks cool because like I'm amazed by it myself, but really it's just scraping a pencil across the page, in like short little bursts, maybe longer here, maybe longer there, different color here, different color there. It's just all these like little short bursts of lines. Well, they call them marks, right? So, like as an artist, you're making marks on a page. And the closer you are to your subject, you kind of want more detailed marks. But the further you move away from it, the more free you can get with it. Like I still got to draw like the rest of his neck. This is not going according to plan tonight. I was just going to do a simple doggo picture. Why is everything going to be difficult? Yeah, it's 10 for me as well. This is the East Coast or Eastern time zone at least. It's kind of neat when people come in from like other countries in here, different time zones. Oh, Australia, cool. I love your guys' accent. You guys probably don't feel like you have an accent, but to us, uh, to us over here in the U.S., we love Australian accents. In more ways than one. We are pretty far behind. We'll catch up. All right. Let's see. He's got some white, a little tiny white mustache. It's a puppy, but it's got a little white mustache. Actually, I don't think this way. Get him with this one. So the softer your pastel and pencil or pastel sticks, if that's what you're using, the easier it is going to be to make marks over previous pastel. So the reason why you sand the paper or start with sanded paper is so that it holds all that in, but really it does help to have like a softer pastel when you get into like doing layered work. So these little white marks, nice little details, I think. American accents, like any in particular? I know that we've got quite a range. Like, I don't really have a deep Southern accent, but most of the people around here do. Like, most of the people around here have a pretty distinct um, Kentucky accent, especially out in eastern Kentucky, which is basically the Appalachian area. Oh, no kangaroos. That's something I'd like to draw. You ever draw a kangaroo? That'd be fun to draw. Yeah, the only kangaroos I've ever seen is at the zoo. That's funny. Kangaroos are like deers. I'll tell you what's tough about drawing dogs is there is a point where like there's this shading or like this transition, right? So it goes from like the black of his mouth, his snout into the lighter areas of the rest of his face. It's tough to draw that transition. It's really just taking your time and putting in a bunch of details and stuff. And then it still doesn't always come out perfect. I do need to draw a cat. So he's got a bit of a mole, I would call it. I don't know. Whatever these things are. Basically where the little whiskers come out. I wonder why these are different colors on dogs. That's the other cool thing about drawing, to be honest, is like you make these observations that it wouldn't typically make in normal day-to-day things. So like I look at my dog all the time and I never even think about like, oh, there's this dark spot where the whiskers come out. Like I don't know why I would be thinking like that. That's probably the crazy people thoughts, but it is kind of fun to be an artist because you are observing the world around you and trying to record it and share it, and these are things that people don't typically get to do. Blackpink. Um, I have not heard of Blackpink, so I don't know if that was directed at me or not, but I have not. Is that one of those K-pop bands that I have no knowledge of? Because I don't think I feel like I should know some K-pop, but I don't. People are kind of quiet in here tonight. I don't know how many people are. The problem is I screwed up my last live stream, so I don't know how many people are actually in here right now. It's layers and layers and layers. So let's see. I do want this fur in here. All right, I'm trying to make some progress on this fur. So the further you get away from like the focal point, the more looser you can be, in my view. Like different people have different artistic styles, but in my view, the further you get away from the details of the face, the further or the easier it is because you can just kind of hatch in some of this fur. You don't have to be so precise about it. The way you keep visual interest is you just kind of like switch between different colors. Yeah, I don't have a lot of subscribers, guys. Sorry to disappoint. Still kind of new. Nobody likes me. Just kidding. Yeah, one day I'll get there. It's like drawing. You stick with it, eventually get more subscribers. Plus, it's a Friday night. People busy. That's what I tell myself. It's not because my art sucks, because people are busy. Thanks for stopping by, Sabrina's. I appreciate it. Make sure if you haven't already, do the whole subscribe thing so that you can hang out with me next time. Appreciate it. It's nice when people stop by. Eh, I appreciate you saying that. I really do. I feel like you deserve a lot more subscribers, but you know how it is. You got to build it. I have seen that, the subscribers that come from like shorts, they don't really like it's a totally different thing for people coming from shorts than it is for people like watching the long form, like watching live streams versus some of the other videos and stuff like that. Seems like they're almost totally different viewerships. So you got to build each of them, I guess. I don't know. It's a process. Yeah, they don't turn on the notifications, things like that. So, I mean, I've I haven't changed in my view. Like I I'll be doing this whether anybody's watching or not, Like I'm happy to talk to myself. I got my own dogs over here. They're sleeping right now, but like I'm happy to talk to them. So I figure people will watch or not watch. That's kind of up to them. It has nothing to do with what I'm doing. I mean, I will talk to anybody who comes in here, and if nobody comes in here, I'll talk to myself. It's nice hanging out with you guys, though. Like I really do appreciate it when there is somebody to talk to because like then I don't have to talk to myself, which is kind of a little bit strange. But I'm also comfortable talking to myself, so it's all good. Basically, I'm going to create pictures whether anybody's watching or not. I'm not I'm not deeply concerned about those type of things. Um, I'm doing it for the betterment of myself, and if anybody wants to come along for that ride, that's cool. If not, I still get the benefit of the betterment of myself. That's the way I look at it, at least. And I do encourage other people to look at things that way as well. It makes it a lot easier. Hey, willy nilly, and then like willy nilly says, um, the feedback I've gotten is that a lot of people do watch, but they're doing other things while they're watching. So like, apparently, apparently, I put people to sleep. They don't admit it, but I know I do. Um, and they just kind of have it on in the background to relax and take a nap. It's like sleeping pills, you know. That's cool. I perform a service. It's fine. Hey, but you know what? I used to do the same thing with Bob Ross. So like Bob Ross would come on every Saturday, and I would watch me some Bob Ross, and he's got that voice that it's not really like something that would put you to sleep, but it's super relaxing. It's almost like listening to like a hypnotist or something. He would just like go on and on about his happy little trees and mountains and stuff like that, and I'd be like, all right, I'm in a trance now. So I consider it a compliment. You know what I want to do? I want to do a squirrel. I want to draw a squirrel. I don't know why, but I'm just like playing with the fur here, and I'm like, it makes me think of a squirrel. It doesn't make any sense. The dog is not a squirrel, but for some reason I just want to draw a squirrel now. That's the other reason why I'm impatient. So now I just want to scrap this picture and start working on a squirrel. I do like hearing from other people around the world. Like that surprises me that they don't just have kangaroos in their front yard everywhere. Yeah, we're getting a doggo in here. This is cool. So there's a kind of a brown line. This is where the head actually starts. It comes around and kind of fluffs out towards the end. Yeah, that's the other thing. So like a lot of my viewers are actually part of a community that has other people who stream. So sometimes my viewership, if somebody else goes live, they go and watch that instead. I don't blame them. This stuff might be a little bit more entertaining. Has nothing to do with art though. It has to do with like treasure hunting, cool stuff like that. It's hard to compete. Can't compete with treasure hunters. Speaking of which, treasure hunting. Indiana Jones is like almost upon us. I am so excited about that. I've heard some mixed reviews, but overall, I think I'll be happy with it because I'm easy to please. It's gonna be awesome. Waited so long. I didn't think they were gonna make a fifth one. I mean, the guy's like a million years old. It, it's hard to believe he's running around fighting Nazis or whatever he's doing in the movie. So beneath this is I think that Bob Ross was probably a genius. Like I only I only know of his art, but that guy seems super smart. And I think that he was a lot more complex than he seemed in his painting videos. Well, thanks, Marvel. That's so nice. Yeah, I have to do another Indiana Jones pick in honor of Indiana Jones. It's just every one I've done was so terrible. Um, maybe I'll take some more time trying to do the proportions on it instead of just trying to like freehand it and not paying attention. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So sometime this week, I'm going to draw in it because I think it comes out next week, don't it? Doesn't it? Or like very soon, like within the next 2 weeks. So sometime in the next week, I'm going to have to do another Indiana Jones in tribute of the man who really shouldn't be making movies anymore because he's 500 years old. But they say it's his swan song, like this is the last one he's doing. So at least his swan song is Indiana Jones. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, Lorraine. Lorraine, I found those pictures you sent me a while back of your pets. I had completely forgotten that you had sent those. I'm going to tackle those at some point, just because I forgot they were there. So I don't know when I'm going to get to that, but I've committed to doing that just because I saw them in my inbox and I'm like, oh man, she sent these like a million years ago. They're cute dogs too. Hey Tyler, how's it going, man? Yeah, I can see Ben's stream ended because you guys are all coming in here now. I hate when I drop my pencils. Uh, one of the things I hate dropping about these pencils is they're not super cheap. So every time I drop one, I think I broke the lead on it, and that sucks. Pencils in my hand. So these are I don't know if you can. I'm holding all these pencils at one time because I keep switching back and forth on them. Yeah, you know what? I would watch me too. I'm a super entertaining guy. This is this is the best YouTube show on the internet. It's got a lot of value. You got you got doggos, you got my award-winning personality, you got every now and then you get some info about movies, some trivia stuff, and you get this. I don't know why I hold all the pencils in my hand. I think it's so that I can switch back and forth without forgetting where they are. I should just get like, I don't know, pencil implants. Like an 80s rock music trivia challenge. Well, that sounds like fun. You should take them up on that because Father's Day and all that. This is the weekend where you're supposed to like, I don't know, do things for with your dad and all that stuff. That actually sounds like fun too, an 80s rock trivia. Maybe because I can. Yeah, 13 and a half. That sounds like a puppy. A young pup. The cool thing about dogs is it doesn't matter how old they are, they don't really show their age that much, or not as much as they could. Like, not like people do. People start showing their age, they get a little worn down. Dogs always seem up for fun. You got the wattle or whatever it is underneath the neck. Mostly white on this dog, but there's some other variation of color in here that I have to draw. I can't believe I'm still working on just the head. Oh, you're in Costa Rica. What you doing in Costa Rica, Tyler? Sounds like a lot of fun. If you're in Costa Rica, what are you doing bothering watching me? You should be out having fun. That's a, you're like on the beach or something. I'm just gonna smooth this with my hand. It's always hard to get like really thick whiteness unless you're using a pastel stick. I need to vary between pastel pencils and pastel sticks. I feel like I'm too reliant on pastel pencils, and there's other things in my arsenal here. Oh, family trip. Cool. You always seem to have the best adventures there, Tyler. Yeah, they do. I don't know. They seem to want to be puppies forever, though. Like, I guess it's probably a stretch to say that they stay puppies forever. Like, my parents have a dog that's probably not going to be with us very much longer. He's got uh, he's got cancer, and it's all up in his legs, and he can barely walk. But he's still trying to get around, you know. Let's see, so just that kind of guy. A brindle dog? No, I am not even familiar with the breed. I'm gonna have to look that up. Wait, that shouldn't be that one. Okay. So somewhere down here is this collar, but I think I'm just gonna fill all this in. So for those who just popped in, I had some technical issues later, or like not later, earlier, and later I'm going to have to figure out how to kind of like splice two videos together. So the first part of this um, kind of got um, destroyed, or it's still out there on YouTube somewhere, but it's not attached to this video. So somehow I'm going to have to figure that out. So just to give you some fair warning, if you're watching this, there's another part of it somewhere else. You can't just kind of scrub back to see the beginning. Oh, a pattern. Sorry. Yeah, I guess if I'm going to be drawing dog pictures for people, I have to like learn all the breeds and patterns and little things about these dogs. That sounds like work. It's like gotta go back to school to learn all about dogs. Gotta have like a vet's knowledge. So I do like when other people are drawing pictures while watching, like Willy Nilly mentioned that earlier. That's kind of cool, you know. I encourage that. So like if anybody is into art or something, you guys should be drawing while you're doing this. Like I said earlier, one of the ways to get better at drawing is just draw things around you. You know, get a sketchbook. Again, it's not really for other people, it's for yourself. Um, you don't have to share it. And in fact, I encourage you not to share it with people. It's just for yourself. Um, because if you start sharing it with other people, then you start overworking things. You know, you're not really using it the way you should, which is just to practice and make mistakes. You know, do little doodles that aren't for sharing. Let's see. I have to look around my mic. My mic is like right there in front of my reference picture, so it's hard to see. Here, I think that's right. Somewhere around there. Yeah, I'm sure I would, Tyler. Yeah, horses are awesome. I love drawing horses. I love the body shape of horses. I love, you know, the colors of horses. I love the environment that horses are in. So, like, if you ever get bored and you want to draw a horse, like in a field or something, I like everything about horses. You know, you can draw horses with people on them, riding them. Horses have like a rich history of hanging out with humans, so you can you can draw them as battle horses, or you know, some. I think you mentioned like a horse-drawn carriage. You can go old school with it. There's just a lot of variety there. I'm sure it looked fine, Marvel. You really shouldn't judge your work based on other people's. It's a losing situation. There's always going to be somebody out there who's like I see some other people's art that puts mine to shame, and it's I really try not to dwell upon it because it is a losing battle. Oops. Yep. Once you start judging your art based on what other people are doing, you start getting frustrated and not wanting to do it. Uh, Can't just do it for fun's sake. Nobody else's dog's gonna put mine to shame. I beg to differ, but I appreciate the compliment. Yeah, you got it right, Tyler. I mean, it really depends. So, like, I mean, it does depend. So, like, if you're in a competition, for example, like there are such things as art competitions. So then it is competitive, but that's definitely not where you want to be at if you're like a beginning artist, just getting your feet wet. It really is about just having a good time because it makes your art even better. Like the more fun you're having, the better it's going to come out. You know, like there are things that I do that I'm like just this like little fur here on his neck. I'm enjoying doing that, and I'm like, oh, I want this fur going over this way or this way, and because I have that kind of passionate attention to where I like to use that term passionate attention um, to where his fur is going. Uh, I care about that kind of stuff, so like it translates into the actual art itself, and it's only because I'm looking at these little tufts of fur and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Let me put that in. Oh, that's cool. And then I look at my own picture. I'm like, oh, wow, that's kind of cool. It makes you a better artist to to just be having fun. There you go. I knew I would get there. Let's see. Tufts of fur. This comes all the way out to here. So the sandpaper, again, what's cool about it is while you're filling in some of the non-detail, you're actually sharpening your pencil for when you get to the details. Well, some people do like money, Tyler. Some people, do want to be a professional artist. That's not my goal. My goal is just to be creative. Um, you know, Even professional artists, they can have fun while they're working. Nothing wrong with that. I enjoy the work that I do that's not artistic. It's just sometimes I want to do other things as well. So you go back to my black here. What was your point there, Tyler? That you should have fun while drawing? I agree. I might come back to that a little bit later. Actually, I kind of wanted to blur this out. I feel like that's a bit dark there. Fix that. I didn't mean for that line to be so dark. Yeah, I'm not totally happy with that, so I'll come back and mess with that after a bit. Wanted to move on to this little area here. It's a little bit darker. Appreciate that, Tyler. Thank you. I hope you're having fun on vacation. Costa Rica sounds awesome. I wouldn't mind being in Costa Rica, to be honest. I need to get some of my own horses. That sounds like that'd be a lot of fun. I feel like it'd be a lot of work too. It does seem like the stream's working a lot better, so I'm just gonna do this in the future and not stress trying to do 1080p HD. I don't think it comes out that way anyway. Like when people watch it, I think it's still gonna be like that 720p. I know this means nothing to people who know nothing about video, but it's not necessary to use your fingers, but I don't mind it. Wait, yeah. That sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it? Everybody's going on all these vacations. You go on vacation. Apparently, there's only so many pencils you can hold in your hand at one time before you drop one of them. So, how do you feel that your chances are at that 80s rock trivia there, Tyler? Florida's not too bad. I used to live in Central Florida, uh, Lakeland, Florida, near Orlando. Pretty nice. The funny thing I've noticed about drawing pictures, we were talking earlier about how long it takes and stuff like that. You draw the same picture like 30 times. You're constantly going over and over and over the same places. It's not really a complaint, it's just an observation. I'm like, huh, I feel like I already did this part, and here I am going over it again. Because you notice more things, and as you're adding more to it, you're kind of responding to other areas. So, like, I might be working over here, and I'm like, oh, this isn't light enough, or something of to that nature. I think it's fascinating. Okay. Oh, thank you, Lorraine. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. The only thing I don't like is that my stream messed up. The dog is turning out pretty good. Let's see. It kind of comes. It's kind of cool when doing dog portraits. Like their fur kind of goes in these waves of color. So like there's this almost literal wave of fur lightness that kind of comes across this part here. Thank you. You guys are so nice to me. You guys are gonna like fill my head with like I'm gonna get off the stream. I'm gonna like go and talk to my dogs. I'm gonna be like, man, I'm really good at drawing dogs. They said so. They told me you gotta let me draw you dogs. They said I was really good at it. I mean, it's okay. It's just drawing lines. What'd you have tonight, Tyler? I should draw like a little doggy treat right up here that he's staring at. That would be funny. Vanilla hot flavored tea. Hmm. That actually sounds really good. I had a friend that went to Costa Rica once. He had a good time. They're known for their coffee actually, I think. So like I said, there's this wave of fur that comes around right through here and it kind of comes down into this little dark area here. It's kind of cool. And this is actually what I'm getting at. So forget about whether it's fun, whether you can make money off of drawing art. It's just a good life skill because whether you're good at drawing or not good at drawing, whether you can create masterful pieces of art or whether all your art sucks. When you're drawing pictures, you are looking at things in a different way. That's what I find fascinating about it. So like I'm sitting here looking at this dog, I'm appreciating little details that so this is kind of what I do when I go to like an art gallery or an art museum or something like that, and I'm looking at other people's work. I'm appreciating the little details. I tell the story about how I went to the National Gallery of Arts one time and looked at a Leonardo da Vinci. Is the only Leonardo da Vinci on this public display in North America. So it's great. Like it's behind glass, but you can see all the little details. So like I was there looking at this little twig of a tree that was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. That kind of stuff's awesome. And what I like about drawing is that I get to put those little details in too, you know? Like just little tiny details and stuff. It's it's pretty amazing. So one, it's amazing to do it, and two, it's amazing to see it because I wouldn't see these things otherwise. Like if I wasn't drawing this picture of this dog, I would not be looking closely enough at it to notice these like little marks and stuff, you know? It's just so I don't know. It's hard to describe, but it's so fascinating to me. It's just a different way of seeing the world. And you know, like that's got benefits whether you're a master drawer or not, you know, just being able to see the world that way. It's very cool. So long story short, art's got a bunch of different benefits that have nothing to do with whether you're successful at drawing a picture or not. So, like, if you're drawing a picture and you don't like it and you want to throw it away, go ahead and throw it away. It doesn't matter. Draw another picture because it's so much fun to do it. But honestly, I don't even think you should throw a picture away. I think you should just let it guide you into like whatever new direction it wants to take you. I must not be happy with this part because I keep coming back to it. It's just there's like this little white tuft of fur in there, and I can't get it as white as I want it to be. I know it looks white on camera, but it's not. Kind of looks pinkish here. Maybe it's my light. I need to replace that bulb with something that's brighter. All right, so I feel like. By the way, I know the stream is going long. If somebody wants to bail out, I am not going to hold it against you. All right, so let me put all this down. Need a swig of my drink. That's good stuff. All right, so back to this fur. It comes down. So this is kind of more like a white, gray, straggly kind of fur back here. But I'm gonna get started with this black. Got some lighter pencils. Yeah, all these pencils in this box. I'm just using the same ones. Hey, have a good one, Tyler. You enjoy Costa Rica, man. I want to hear all about it when you get back. Remember, I'm living vicariously through you. Yeah, Marble, like you can do this. Like I firmly believe it. Like just practice. You know you'll get good at it. The tone paper. Again, you know, I'm using my own thing where I tone it myself, but you can buy tone paper. So there's one task down. Um, the the dog and the details and so on. You have to go lay down, buddy. We're not done yet. Go lay down. Um, you know that's all like acquired skill. You can. It's just practice. I was not creating pictures like this in January. Trust me. It's just like okay, I'm gonna take my time and I'm going to try to draw what I see. And this isn't the end. Like firmly believe that I'm going to get better at this over time. You know, I'm not done yet. I'm still progressing. One day, I will be creating masterpieces. They're going to be awesome. You, you guys are going to go back and look at my stuff, and you're going to be like, wow, Jeremy has changed so dramatically over the years. He is the best drawer I have ever seen in my entire life. That's how good I'm going to be. Might take a little while, but one day. Little tufts of fur. There is like so many different parts to this animal. It's amazing. I mean, really, I can't stress this enough. I know I keep saying it, but it is true. So I'm going to say it again. It causes you to look at things differently. Like I am truly deeply appreciating this animal in ways that I wouldn't have if I just saw it on the street. Or like if I was at a dog park and this dog came up to me and was like, "Hey, can I get a pet?" Um, this is why I want to do, you know, dog portraits for people who their dog passed away or something like that. I feel like this sort of process and stuff, um, doing this sort of thing for people will help them feel better or like, I don't know, grieve better. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Get a cat that's going nuts out there. I do think I'm getting to a point where I can probably call this done enough to where I can actually call this stream done, even though this is really part two of the stream. I think my dogs are getting antsy and they want to go out, and the cat wants to, wondering why I'm still in here. Hey, Huli, how's it going? Running a little bit late tonight because I had some stream problems earlier, so this is actually part two of this doggo. The first one kind of crashed, but yeah, I think it's getting there. I figured out my video problems. I need to stream in like 720p instead of 1080p just because my equipment sucks. But I know, I've leveled up. I've learned. Next time it's gonna go perfect. You'll see. I am a man who learns from his mistakes, which means I know a lot because I make a lot of mistakes. Yeah, I'm trying to build up a portfolio of dog pictures, so hopefully this isn't getting boring to you guys. I'll draw something different next time. But I need I've got like two of them in this style. I need maybe like four more. I don't know. So I will be drawing more dogs, but next time I'll draw something different just to change it up a bit. Yeah, this one's a German Shepherd. Hey, what you tell me? Like, don't put a question mark at the end. Does it look like a German Shepherd? Because if so, I did my job. So what's cool is you're constantly coming back over areas that you already done and adding more details to it, and it further refines the picture. So like, there's some highlights on this cheek that you can't really capture with like one layer, so you have to come back multiple times. It's all part of the process. The more layers you add, the more depth it causes, and it gives the viewer way more things to look at. So the more things that the viewer has to look at, the more visually interesting the picture is, the more successful it is. Thank you. You guys are so nice to me. I appreciate it. Again, for the people who's just coming in, I do feel kind of bad. This is split into two parts because the first video I had to end because it just like freezing up and stuff like that. So like if you want to go back and watch the beginning, you actually have to watch the other video, and it's not all that great. I delete it, but I don't know. I don't think that that's probably good for the channel if I deleted it. I keep tinkering with my channel and keep screwing things up. So like I was getting a lot more views on my shorts, and then I changed the name. So it used to be Jeremy Was Here, and I changed it to Jeremy Made Art because I wanted it to be consistent with my TikTok channel and my Instagram. And then when I changed the channel name, I stopped getting a bunch of views, and I'm like, man, why did my art start sucking or something like that? Or people just not interested? Um, but I think it was because I changed the channel name, and it took a while for YouTube to like adjust. I don't know how that stuff works, but anyway, I think I screwed up my channel. So I probably have more viewers if I didn't keep tinkering, but I don't know. That's what you get. You should just leave things alone. I like this white mane that kind of comes down through here. It's kind of cool. It's not really white. It's more like gray, like Gandalf gray. Maybe like a tan, but it's kind of cool. Oh, the lesser views on the shorts. I really think it's because they changed the channel name because it happened around the same time. And I think the YouTube algorithm, I don't know a lot about the YouTube algorithm, but I think the YouTube algorithm either penalized me or were like broke down in confusion. Because I was getting like, I don't know, 2,000 views per short, and then it went down to like 30. That's not normal. I don't know what I did, but I broke it. But whatever. I'll just keep drawing. Well, whatever caused it, you know, it's up to YouTube to change it. I'm not going to change how I do things. I'm going to continue drawing pictures, and if YouTube wants to promote the things that I draw, great. If not, that's fine. I don't care. But I really do think it's because I changed my channel name. I don't think that they like that very much. They said I could, like, I mean, they had the tools there to do it. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me change this so that it's more consistent with my other channels. But as soon as I did that, it confused the hell out of it. I don't know. Maybe I broke my channel permanently. I don't know. That's not my problem. That's YouTube's problem. My job is to draw pictures, draw cute little doggos for people on the internet. So again, you're basically just going over and over the same places like multiple times. Switch to this other white pencil. So I don't know if you noticed or not, but I have two white pencils. So one white pencil is my cheap pencil, which I use for like large areas because I don't mind wasting these. It wasn't expensive. And then my nice pencils, um, I use those to do like over other areas because they make these really opaque marks that look really nice because it's such a soft pastel. But I don't want to use it for like the big areas because I don't want to like waste these. They're too nice to waste. All right, so there is a collar that comes through here. I'm not going to draw that tonight just because my dogs are getting antsy. I'll do that maybe later, or maybe not at all. I don't know. There's like a red collar that comes down through here. I don't think it adds that much to it. Maybe I'll come back to that. Like, I don't feel like you guys have to suffer through it. Yeah, honestly, I don't know how the shorts work. The shorts are confusing. I enjoy making the shorts just because I enjoy watching time lapses of my own work because it's fun. Um, but I don't know how that helps your channel at all. Like like right now I've got a decent amount of subscribers. I mean, more subscribers than I thought I was gonna have. I mean, I'm pretty happy where I'm at, you know? Like the magical number they want you to get to is like 1,000 before you can participate in any of their partner programs. I could care less if I ever get to that. I'm having fun doing what I'm doing. Now, it'd be cool, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm gonna continue asking for people to subscribe, but that's mostly because I want people to watch me draw dog pictures. I don't care about YouTube's policies. If I cared a lot about YouTube policies, I wouldn't be, putting my pictures out on Instagram and TikTok too. It's not all about YouTube. I just like making pretty pictures. The shorts are fun. I like adding music to the time lapses. It's tough, to be honest, picking songs. I like music. I listen to a lot of music myself. Who doesn't like music? Everybody does. Um, but sometimes it's really tough. Like, will this song actually work with this picture? Like, does that make sense? And then sometimes I just pick a song because I like the song. It has nothing to do with the picture. Most times I try to match a song to the picture. Like if it's I don't know. If I'm in an energetic mood, I might try to pick something that's got kind of like a good beat, like upbeat to it. Um, some drawings I do, uh, they they seem to have like more of a introspective kind of look to them or something like that. So I try to pick a song that might be thoughtful. I guess it might be the right word. I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna continue making shorts just because I enjoy making them, but whether or not whether or not I broke my channel by changing my name or not, I am not that concerned about. I just noticed that like I stopped getting as many views on my shorts after I did that, after I changed the channel name. Hey puppy, you wanna come see? You wanna see my picture? You wanna see my picture? Real quick. Say hi to everybody, Bear. You're on camera, see? Say hi. Say hi. She's looking at me like she's like, when are you gonna draw my picture, you asshole? I'll draw your picture eventually. I'm drawing this German Shepherd now. You look a lot like this German Shepherd, just to be honest. Your ears aren't up, but you look a lot like a German Shepherd. I think you have German Shepherd in you. She's a mutt. I got her from PetSmart, whatever the place is. They had a like a doggy rescue day or something. She's like so jealous though. She's so jealous. Like I drew Guinness, and she was like, "Why aren't you drawing me?" Yeah, I think that I think if you're gonna do shorts and you're gonna do like a time lapse and you're gonna add music to it, the music should match the picture. Hey, I'm Ewell. Yeah, that's my bear dog. She's cute. She's like super jealous. She really wants me to draw her picture. Anyway, she probably wants me to end this stream fairly soon so that she can go out. So I'm probably going to do that. I think we made some pretty good progress on this dog. Really, the only thing left is to maybe add further details, touch it up a bit. I have to debate whether or not I really want to add that collar or not. I think I probably will, but just for the challenge of it. But um, I think I'm pretty happy with this. Oh, hey, me woo. If you're a friend of Marvel, you're a friend of ours. That's pretty cool. Um, are you into art as well? Miwu? That's a cool name. I know that Marvel draws. I like to check out the channels of people who come in here that are interested in drawing if they have a channel. So if you do, let me know and I'll go and check that out and probably subscribe. I always forget the whiskers, so I'm gonna draw a little straight line across there. Two little whiskers, another little whisker, little little random whiskers just running around here. Oh, it's pretty cool. I'm actually happy with this dog. This dog turned out pretty good. Cool. Drawing is fun. honestly, even if you're not artistically inclined, I think that people should draw just for the fun of it, just for the stress release. Like it is it is a great mental health um thing to draw. Well, I think that you're a fine drawer as well, Marvel. So if Miwoo, let's see, does Miwoo have a channel? Yeah, we're gonna open that up to go to it later. Anyway, I'll check that out later. Happiness in here. It should have been wider, I think. This one kind of comes up a little bit more. So at this point, it's just adding details, like little whiskers coming off here, little tufts of hair. Like these parts aren't unnecessary because they add to it, but it really is into doing detail at this point. It's always nice when you get to the point where thank you. You're so nice. It is always nice when you get into the point where it's just like adding little details. And because you have so many layers here, it's you know, the pastel pencils go down so smoothly and just little tiny changes make such a big deal at this point, you know. Yeah, gardening's a really good therapy as well. Basically anything that gets you out of your brain for a little bit, you know. Like drawing doesn't really get you out of your brain. Obviously, you're making countless little decisions as you're going along, but it's it it's using a different part of your brain than what you normally do use, I guess. Like that whole right brain left brain thing I think is a myth. Like I think that doesn't really exist, but it practically does, you know, like you're really exercising different parts of your brain when you're doing something that's analytical versus something creative. Like I don't know, maybe there is a left brain right brain thing, but I don't think so. All right, guys, I think I'm getting to the point where I'm just adding a bunch of little details and stuff, and you guys don't need to stick around for that. And my animal, well, at least the cat is like clawing at the door trying to get in, which means like it wants some attention. So I probably am going to call the stream done here in a few. All I'm going to do is add like a few details here and there and stuff. Anyway, little touch ups. Like little places like at the corner of the eye where it catches the light. I do kind of want to reinforce some of this darkness around the eye. Sorry, I'm just thinking to myself. transition between the fur and the snout is always tough. Gotta make sure little patches of darkness in there. Thank you, Marble. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I think I am going to call this done. Again, sorry about the technical glitches earlier. I wish there was a way that I could splice the two videos together. Yeah, these dogs are going nuts over here. I wish there were two ways I could splice the two videos together, but I will try to combine them at least into like a time lapse so that you guys can watch that. But in any case, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I'll be back Tuesday, but I might do a picture before then, so keep an eye out for that. I'll probably put that up as a standalone video, probably not a live stream. Like, yeah, it does kind of look like, let me go back to it. It does kind of look like, well, if you could see it bigger, but yeah, that's kind of, anyway. I'm going to continue tinkering with it, adding some more details and stuff, but I got to get the dogs out. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I'll see you guys Tuesday if I don't put up a video before then. Again, sorry about the technical glitches. I think this is the right format going forward. Freaking dogs. Hey, go lay down. Hey, you want to say hi to people real quick? Say hi. You got to look at the camera. Camera's over there. This dog. This dog's so cute. All right. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Anyway, have a great weekend. Bye. See ya.